Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us. It's good to see so many people joining us this morning. My name's Michael. I am from the learning team.
And my name's Ben. I'm the Learn My Way product manager.
So we're going to talk through some of the new features that are coming up. I'm going to be talking about what you can look forward to seeing in the new tutor section.
And I'm going to be doing a bit of a walkthrough or demo of the new learner management features.
Please feel free to pop any questions or observations into the chat panel as we go. We're going to be sharing our screen, and it's worth saying that because this is on a test site, it's probably going to be a little bit slow on the live site.
A lot slower.
A lot slower on the live site. Yeah, so please bear with us if when we click things, there's that few seconds of awkward pause and while it updates.
Yeah, it's a delay in the webinar software, we'll say.
We'll like that as a good, yeah. It's definitely your end, not ours. So we're going to share the screen. You'll see the chat panel on there as well, so any questions, but we will have an opportunity after we've talked through each of the bits just for you to give us some feedback. So your screen will change in a moment. I'll say change, so it'll probably go blank or something, and then we're going to open up the new stream. So quick question for you. Here we can see what's going to look like at the new landing page for a tutor. Are any of you tutors? Have you used Learn My Way in a tutor role before? Have you used any of the resources, either from the current Learn My Way or from a previous version? It'd be nice to get your feedback on what you've used before. Oh, Emma, straight in there. Yes, you have. So, Emma, what sort of things have you used, please, before? Okay, learner management, capture it, and ULN recording. Okay, so learner management, obviously Ben's going to talk about in a moment. Okay, so as we can see on here, we've got the new landing page. When you log in, it's changed a bit. Worth mentioning that we're logged in as a test tutor, which you can see in the top right-hand corner. You'll obviously have your details in there. So straight away, the first thing you see under My Learning now is the up and coming events. So this is a new feature that we're going to be trying. We'd really like to get your feedback on this and all the things that we're going to talk about in this section. What we want to do is to highlight some of the upcoming webinars, the new courses we've added, the new resources we've put on there, and put these top front and center, if you like, so as soon as you log in, you can see what these new things are. And we might have a little icon somewhere that says new, so if you've clicked on it before, it's not showing. We've got something we're experimenting with. We'd really like to know from you whether having something that changes is something that you think would be useful for you. And we're hopeful that we're going to promote new content. So just scrolling down a bit. We've got courses and resources. So these courses are for you as a tutor. We've got the Digital Champion course that's echoed from the learner side as well, and we've got a new course on there, delivering health information online. You may remember that there was a health course on the previous Learn My Way. That's been updated and refreshed with some new content. And you can see it's got the same format as the learner courses, but it focuses you as a tutor and how you can help engage with your learners and your audience. And underneath that, we've got a collection of resources. So these might be some resources for you to help engage with your learners. So for example, we've got a video there, and we'll have a quick look at that. We're not going to play it all because we're conscious of bandwidth, but just show you how it looks. This is something that if you've got a new learner and they're perhaps a bit nervous and not sure whether this is right for them, this little video takes them through, shows it in a nice, quick, friendly format. It's maybe something you can use as sort of a public relations piece. You could also maybe use it if you've got events outside the centre. You could have this running, so it's a quick demo of what people can do with you at your centre. We've got a collection of guides in there. We've refreshed the literacy and numeracy guide. One of the things, again, we want your feedback is styling that we use for these documents. So we've done this document in a different style. We've tried to make it a bit more engaging, and so we want to get your feedback on whether you like this, whether it looks too busy, whether it's perfect, whether you like the sort of the colour call-outs. So we'd really welcome your feedback on that. We want to refresh all the resources that we're going to put in this section, so it's really important that they meet your needs. We've got a collection of other resources in there, so other guides. So guides on navigating Learn My Way, navigating courses. These haven't been styled yet, so you can see they're just simple documents, and we can easily drop that into the new style. But just give you an idea of what's there. This could be something that you, again, give to a learner just to help them get their confidence up with moving through the website through a course. And we've also got some session plans. So we're going to add in a whole suite of lesson plans that you can use either as they are, or you can dip in and out of. And these are going to support online basics. You can see here, we've tried to go through and create an engaging layout, maybe a little bit different to what you may already have. Previously, as a tutor in a centre, I had my own session plans, and they were pretty straightforward, either Word documents or Excel spreadsheets, and weren't always very exciting to look at. If I'm using a session plan, I like things to jump out at me and be quite nice and obvious. So as we move down, we can see we've got some timings there and some nice pictures. So it's the same sort of thing that you might have seen, but maybe laid out a bit differently. Again, love to get your feedback on that, whether it's something you think, fantastic, that's a really new, fresh look, that is awesome, or that's just too fussy and it's rubbish, I don't like it. Anything is good, thank you. So we're going to have a whole host of session plans, resources that go with the session plans and guides, and they're going to be in the tutor section, and they're also going to be in the learner section at the appropriate place. So that is a quick run through of what we're looking at on the tutor section, and we'd love to get some feedback and your thoughts in the chat.
And Michael, are there any plans for any future tutor courses?
Yeah, so the Digital Champion course, we are looking at doing a second Digital Champion course. So the original course is all about inspiring people and engaging with people, get them online. The next course is going to be more focused about how you can actually run sessions. So maybe if you've got a volunteer who is a digital champion but is a bit nervous about supporting people, it's going to be about organising your sessions, developing session plans, and doing timings, things like that. So it's taking that to the next level.
Fantastic, that sounds great. And are there plans to add lots of session plans for the different courses and topics?
Yes, hopefully it's going to be something we're going to build on as we go. We've got plans at the moment to do sessions to support all online basics, and we're looking at putting a 6-week 6 weeks planned worth of sessions in there, so using a mouse and keyboard and using email, searching, things like that. So there'll be one for each of those with some resources to support it.
That sounds fantastic.
So again, Brian, I've just seen on chat you've used the old and new site. Okay, but not capture it. That's fine. Just so you know, Brian, we have got some separate resources on capture it, and so we're going to, or Ben's going to talk about learner management in a moment. But if you want to know more about capture it as it is, please contact your network coordinator. We've got some really good resources that can help with that. So that's all I want to say about the upcoming tutor section. Again, if you've got any observations or feedback, please put them in the chat. Ben, do you want to tell us about learner management?
Thanks, Michael. So I'm just going to be doing a very brief walkthrough of the upcoming learner management features that we'll be launching on Learn My Way roughly in a month's time. So we're looking end of March, early April. We'll confirm those dates somewhere on the Learn My Way site for tutors so that you know the precise date in due course. But we're looking at roughly a month's time. So we've really what we've tried to do here with the learner management and capture it features is make them easier to use. We've had feedback from lots of different centres and lots of tutors, and we've tried to just make the basic functions, whether it's creating groups, adding and removing learners from a group, creating new learners, capturing learning activity for different learners. We've just tried to streamline that and really make that as easy as possible for tutors. You'll see here as well a stats section, so that will be the current MI, which will be integrated into Learn My Way. That will be coming slightly after the new learner management features, but we've put it there just so you've got an awareness that that's coming. So currently, all the MI features have to be accessed through the Online Centres Network website, but in due course, they will be featured in Learn My Way as well. But today we'll be focusing on the learner management features. So on this screen here, you can see I'm still logged in as a test tutor, and I can see down here a list of all the learners in my centre, and I've got 208 of them currently. And up here, I've got the ability to see the different groups in my centre, so there are already 3 different groups. So I could go and filter, say, Monday morning, and you can see down here that it has filtered the list of all learners just to the 3 results. So these are the 3 learners who were in the Monday morning group. So I could do that for any of the groups. So it's a very quick way to break down the different groups and see which learners are in which groups. I can also search by learner. So if I was searching, for example, for myself, I have a learner account. There I am. So I've just searched my name and I've appeared down here. There's just the 1 result. And you can also filter by group and by learner at the same time. So here I've filtered to the Wednesday afternoon group, and I can also go and see, for example, am I in that group? Yes, I am. So really, we've tried here to make searching groups and learners really as efficient and as easy to use as possible. In terms of managing groups, so in this case, I'm looking at the Wednesday afternoon group. I can now go and manage that group if I want. I could, for example, edit the group name if I wanted to. And I can also easily add learners and remove learners. So if I wanted to, for example, remove myself, I can go and search for myself there. Click on myself, and it's confirming now I have 1 learner to remove, save changes, and there we are. So we now only have 5 learners in this group. We had 6 before. If I wanted to add myself, I go to the Add Learners tab, I can search for myself again, select, it's telling me here I have 1 learner to add, save changes, and that's done. And I have 6 learners again. So really what we've tried to do here is make sure that tutors can add learners and remove learners from groups very quickly. Here I did it 1 at a time, but obviously it'd be possible to add as many learners or remove as many learners at a time as you wish. So creating groups hopefully will just be a doddle with this new learner management section. When it comes to editing specific learners, I'm just going to search for myself again there, and actually I can go and click on my learner account, and there I am. So by clicking on my learner account, I can see some basic details. These are the details that can't actually be changed. My username, my user ID, when my account was created. I can see when it was last accessed. I've not been very active, as you can see. And registered by, that's telling me that I created that learner as an account, as I created that account as a learner, as opposed to that account being created by a tutor. It tells me which group I'm in. And you can see here that I'm a learner. If I wish to give this account tutor access, I could do so by clicking this button. Similarly, there would be a button there to remove the tutor access if I had the tutor access. So that's a really kind of simple way to add tutors, add tutor access to a specific account. Down here, I can go and edit any of the details I wish to on my account, which is all very straightforward. On the activity tab, this might be a little bit slow. Obviously, the delay is purely down to the webinar software. I can see here an overview of of this account's activity on Learn My Way. In due course, this will be more of an activity feed. So we had feedback from tutors that they'd like to see literally a feed. You know, yesterday this learner logged in at this time, they logged out at this time, they did spend 15 minutes on this course. So really a kind of breakdown day by day of the activity. So eventually this will really be a kind of activity stream for the learner's account. But for the time being, when we launch, it's just an opportunity to get an overview of any Learn My Way courses and subjects that have been done. Moving on, we have the new Capture It features. So if any of you are familiar with the existing learner management, first and foremost, you have to choose a Capture It project before you can even access any learners. And the feedback we got is that tutors generally work with learners in mind, not with projects in mind. So you look for a specific learner, and then you start worrying about what project they're in, and not the other way around. So now the projects actually appear at a learner-specific level. So you can see here, I've got a drop down for the different available projects. I'll go to Basic Digital Skills. Slight delay just in that loading. And this is the new layout for the Basic Digital Skills Capture It. So you can see here that for each of the basic digital skills, browse the internet, evaluate which websites to trust, I can see for each one of those which activities have been done. So in this case, this account for Browse the Internet has done the Using Online Searches course on Learn My Way. And we have a little Learn My Way icon here to see that. And if I click on View Activity, I can see a few more details. I really did that course a very long time ago. This is all test data, so it doesn't necessarily make that much sense. And I spent 10 minutes. Looking down here, I can see all the different activities and the skills relating to them. I can see here that Search for Jobs has not currently been completed by this account. So as a tutor, I could go to Add Activity, and I could say that we did a group discussion. We did that today, and we spent 25 minutes on it. I save that, and it tells me the skill has successfully been updated, and I can see now, here we are, Search for Jobs now has one activity allocated to it, which is a group discussion. Now, a big change we've made in the existing learner management, we can only have one activity mapped per skill, and the feedback we got is that in some cases, tutors wanted to assign more than one activity to a skill. A learner may well do a Learn My Way course, which ties back to a specific skill, and then they may want to add something more custom. So in this case, I could go and add a second activity. In this case, maybe a one-to-one tutorial. Maybe this was done yesterday, and we spent 30 minutes on it. Save. And there we are again. I get a confirmation message to tell me that that has been successfully saved. And there we are. Search for jobs now has 2 activities tied to it, a group discussion and a one-to-one tutorial.
So it looks like it gives you a lot more control as a tutor as to what you record where.
Absolutely. So it should be a far more flexible system for tutors, hopefully. So that's the new Capture It features. And finally, we have a ULN section, which not much change there for any tutors or centres which make use of the unique learner number. Can use this section to check if a learner has a ULN, create a ULN if necessary, and so on. So not much change from that perspective, but it's all there.
Great, thanks, Ben. We've got a question from Brian asking if a learner can be more than one group.
Absolutely. So there's no limit to how many groups learners can be in.
That's really good because I guess that you might have a regular Monday morning group, and it might be that particular learner comes in and joins another group, or just is working on the road on some other projects.
Absolutely. So, for example, if I go to manage Monday morning, search my learner account. So if I go to my account here, I should now, with a bit of luck, see that I'm in 2 different groups. Here we are in 2 groups, Monday morning and Wednesday afternoon. So yeah, absolutely.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Ben. So that is the new learner management section. If you got any more questions on that, please feel to pop them into the chat panel. That, I think, is everything that we wanted to cover.
Absolutely.
So those new features are going to be coming to you in the next few weeks, and we'd love to hear your feedback on them. So what you think about the layout of the tutor section, and what you think of the format of the documents that we're planning on doing. We were hoping to set up some reviews from centres and tutors, and seeing as you're here, we would love to be part of that. So if you would be willing to be part of a review group for looking at documents and things like that, and to get some feedback on what it's really like for you, whether it work for you in your centre, and give input to it, help on the design, please feel free to pop it into the chat panel or drop us an email afterwards and say, yes, I'll be part of that. We would really appreciate your feedback on that.
Absolutely. And at any point, you can always go to Learn My Way and go to Contact Us. And on there, there's an email address that you can get in touch with us. So whether it's feedback, thoughts, questions, clarifications, complaints, Okay, so a question there from Brian. Can you remove a learner completely? So no, currently you can't do that. Currently, and with the new system, if you need to remove a learner, you can get in touch with us. Obviously, that's only if it's a learner that's been created by a tutor, if that makes sense. If a learner is creating their own account, obviously as a tutor, you can't request that it's deleted. Obviously, the learner has to do that themselves.
I guess that makes sense because removing a learner could have implications.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good question, Brian. Thank you.
Obviously, if that's a feature that lots of people request, we can look into making that an option for learner accounts that have been created by a tutor. So maybe a tutor, as long as a tutor owns that account, so to speak, they can delete it. So yeah, there's no issue, Brian. If a learner has created an account and it's not been in use for 3 years, it's no problem. You know, that account will still be there, can still be used. If there's a case where maybe a duplicate account has been created accidentally, you can always get in touch with us, and we try and be as responsive as possible in terms of helping people out if there's a duplicate account that needs to be, duplicate accounts that need to be consolidated or something like that. That's something, if you get in touch with us, we can always help out with.
Okay, everyone, so thank you for that. Looks as if the questions have stopped. We're going to end the session, and thank you for your time.
Thanks very much, everyone.